we are back with another video. So today I am in DC and I came here to go to the National Museum of African American History, I think it's called. It's the Smithsonian Museum. I've been wanting to go for years, but just never found my way to DC. So I decided to finally make the trip. So right now I'm about to go grab something to eat really quick and probably some coffee. Then I'm gonna head over there because it's currently like 10:30 and I'm supposed to be there at like 11. So I'm running a little bit behind schedule, but yeah. So I probably will vlog a bit during the museum, and I do have some other plans afterwards that I will vlog. So yeah, just stay tuned and see how the day goes.
Clarksville, Tennessee, wanted to host a celebration in her honor. At Rudolph's insistence, the event was not segregated. The celebration took on added importance because it was the first integrated event in Clarksville, Tennessee.
All right, I am back at my hotel. It's been a very long day. I'm very tired. My legs hurt, my feet hurt, but the day is not over. We still have more things to do, but we'll come back to that later. So some logistics about the day. So this is a Smithsonian museum. The museum is free, but you do need a timed pass in order to get in. So you would have to go on the website up to a month in advance to get the pass. Otherwise, they will not let you in. So the museum, I guess the layout of the museum. So there's like the bottom part, which is the history part, and there's kind of like C1, 2, and 3. Okay, so there's the concourses C1 to C3. So the very bottom is where you start. Like you start at the bottom and kind of like work your way up. That's like the way it's designed. So the very bottom is C3, which is slavery and freedom. That's from 1400 to 1877. And then you have C2, which is defending freedom, defining freedom, the era of segregation, 1876 to 1968. Then you have C1, A Changing America, 1968 and beyond. So all of that is more or less like a traditional history museum where they're going into the history of like these time periods and, things of that nature. I will try to link the videos. I had a lot of videos that were playing that had very similar information to what was in the exhibits. So I will try to link the videos down below. I didn't capture everything, A, because there's no way I could capture the whole museum and then fit it into a reasonable length YouTube video, like not possible. B, there were quite a lot of people there, so it's hard to get good shots, and also it was dark. So yeah, I will try to link the Smithsonian videos if you are interested, but in general, I would definitely recommend coming to the museum. So after you know, go look at all the history and all of that, they do have a cafe. It's called the Sweet Home Cafe. They had like soul food and like other stuff in there. I got some mac and cheese and some greens. It was okay. For it to be museum food, it was fine. If it was a restaurant, like an actual restaurant, I would not recommend it, but it was fine. So yeah, so after I got something to eat, I went upstairs. And so the upstairs part, there's the Heritage Hall, which is like the entrance. That's where the store and everything is. Then there's Explore More, which I didn't get a chance to go there because I was just running out of time. And also I was exhausted by the time I finished going through everything. Because I skipped to that floor and went up to the community galleries, which that one is, they're focusing on basically how Black people like found community pretty much. And other different things. So for example, they talked about, what did they talk about? They talked about like religion, like Christian and Muslim religions, and like how that, you know, influenced the Black community. They talked about colleges, they talked about fraternities and sororities, they talked about, you know, various ways that people like found community, NAACP, all that good stuff. And then there was the culture galleries, which was focused on like more modern culture, like I shouldn't say more modern culture, just culture in general. So like music, art, TV, theater, like all that good stuff. I did want to also mention, I think the community galleries also, like the general theme was like making a way out of no way. And so it was kind of like highlighting how Black people succeeded despite continuous oppression and adversity and everything. And so yeah, it was cool. Overall, would definitely recommend. It's a lot to do. If you decide to go, it is definitely the type of place that you could easily spend a full day. What you could also do is like break it up, so you could like get passes for 2 different days, so that way you're not as tired as what I was from like literally walking through a museum the entire day. But yeah, so that's pretty much all I have to say about the museum. So right now I am about to go get dressed because I am going out to dinner. It's this place called Filomena. It's an Italian restaurant. I think I found it just from like randomly searching Google, but I ended up talking to this woman in my hotel yesterday who actually works here. But she said it was a good choice. She was like, yeah, I definitely would recommend. And then I might go to this bar afterwards. I forgot what the bar is called, but it's in this hotel called the Hay Adams, which is apparently the oldest hotel in DC. And this is like the oldest bar in DC. And apparently it's like a place where a lot of people kind of mix and mingle and like socialize and whatever. Anyway, so they basically were describing it as like kind of like a quintessential DC type of thing to do. So I was like, okay, I can stop by there after dinner. So that is my plan for tonight. Right now, I'm about to go get dressed, and then I will check back in before I leave. Hello, I am back in my room. So I just had dinner at this place called Filomena. It was really nice, super cute, great service, great food, highly recommend. Literally when I first got there, there was a guy, I don't know exactly what his job was, but he came to my lift, opened the door to the lift, you know, waited for me to get out. He asked if I was joining them at Filomena. I said yes. We walked together to the door of the restaurant. He opened the door for the restaurant, like pointed me towards the concierge. So like literally from the moment I pulled up to the curb, they were already like, yes. But yeah, everybody was super nice, super friendly. Food was amazing. I did not eat all of my food because it was way too much. It would have been really perfect if you had like 2 people, because the entrees were quite large. So I feel like if you had like one big entree and then like maybe one or two appetizers for two people, that would probably be perfect. But I'm just one person, so you know. So yeah, so I went there. I actually got myself a turtle cheesecake to go because I was like, I'm full, but I really want this cheesecake. So I'm gonna eat that probably after I do this little update. I also had the lobster arancini, and I had the, I forgot what it was, but it was like a vodka sauce and like pork sausage and rigatoni. So yeah. So then what else did I have? I also had wine. I had Chianti, which is like a red wine. I don't know the notes or whatever. But yeah, so I did that. And then I left from there and I went to this bar called Off the Record, which is inside a hotel called the Hay Adams. And this is apparently the oldest bar in DC, the oldest hotel in DC. And it was recommended to me. So I decided to stop by. But when I got there, there was nowhere to sit down. It was like really crowded. There was nowhere to sit down. There wasn't music playing or anything. It was literally just people talking, which I was like, okay, this is fine, but like there's nowhere to sit down. And also, I was the only Black person there. Everybody else in the room was white, and I was like, this is not really feeling like my vibe, mainly because there was nowhere to sit down. I felt like if there was a place where I could have sat and I could have gotten a drink and just kind of had my own little space, I would have been better. But I wasn't about to like stand around awkwardly in a place full of white people when I'm the only Black person and there's no music or anything. It just wasn't really feeling like my vibe. So I decided to leave and just come back to my hotel, which is where I'm at now. So I am actually tired because it's been a very long day. Like, just, I already told y'all about the museum earlier. I was feet hurting and all that good stuff. So I am just gonna eat my cheesecake and chill for the rest of the night. And then tomorrow I will be leaving, moving on. So I'm gonna go ahead and end this video here. So if you enjoyed it, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share with all your friends. And I'll see you next time. Bye.